welcome back to my channel. It's Laura's hair, and today we're going to be doing a little DIY. I have a wig here that I bought. It's really nice, but I'm going to be bleaching the knots to make it look more realistic. So for people who aren't really into like hair and stuff, basically you want this to look as real as possible. This area here is supposed to look like scalp. So yeah, we're gonna try it. Hopefully I don't mess this up. So I have my table, my lovely workstation, and we have a little bowl that we're gonna mix the product in, gloves of course, piece of foil paper which is for after, my hydrogen peroxide. Now I've colored my hair before some years ago, and the peroxide that I used was 9% I believe, or 6, but this is 3, so it's definitely not as potent, but it should be able to get the job done still. Should be able to get the job done still. And we have our basic white powder, which according to the manufacturer you're supposed to use it with the developer of the same brand, but I've done this before, so yeah. All right, and this is not the brush to use. Ideally you want to use a dye brush, but I don't have that and I was going to buy one, so I'm using this brush and I'm gonna wash it out carefully when I'm done to ensure that it doesn't get damaged by the products. Yeah. All right. All right. Get all the product down below into the packet. I'm feeling kind of nervous because I will cry if I ruin this wig. I will cry, and I'm hoping that that doesn't happen. So I'm gonna just go ahead and pour this out. Please make sure this is done in a well ventilated area because the fumes from these are not healthy. All right, I'm gonna just change the angle so that you can see better what I'm doing. Okay, so ideally you want to have a thick paste, so we're gonna just do a little at a time. You don't want it too runny. Please remember, make sure wherever you are is properly ventilated because the scent from this is very strong. So this needs some more because that's not the consistency we want. And you don't want any lumps in it either. Now you could really save yourself the trouble and go to a hairdresser and do this, but why spend extra money when you don't have to? Still not quite there yet. right. So I'm going to turn this inside out just to ensure we don't have any stray hairs getting caught in the product. All right, so now this is the dangerous part. We're gonna brush the mixture onto these sections here and leave it for 5 minutes. That's all it should need, nothing more than 5 minutes. And you don't want to press in too hard either. It's just a light little application. And you want to move quickly too, so that the timing can be the same for all the sections. And the reason we don't want it to be too runny is because it can seep through and end up bleaching the hair strands itself. Because this is a small section, I won't need to use the entire mixture, so I'm gonna discard it afterwards. You want to make sure you get, well, this was already cut to fit my hairline, and I kind of thought the knots were light enough, but when I put it on I was like, no, this needs work. So I'm gonna go all the way to the edge. Now don't worry if it touches the other sections underneath, it won't damage it. Now if you look carefully, you can see that it's already starting to change color. We haven't even started the timer yet. Now the plan was to wrap it in the foil and wait for the timer, but because I see that it's already changing, I want to keep an eye on it. So we're not gonna wrap it, just gonna watch it work. Work, 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 work. Once we have everywhere covered, just gonna set it down and just watch and wait till it gets done. I'm just going through to make sure I haven't missed any spots. Now some people say you have to rinse it with warm water. You don't necessarily have to, it just has to be rinsed and washed properly to get out any residual mixture so that it doesn't continue to bleach it. Alright, so I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna go wash this brush out quickly. And we're just gonna leave this here for a while. Turn it so you can actually see the color changing already. So we're gonna get these stuff out of the way. Do a bit of cleanup while that does what it does. As it is right now, it is getting lighter. I think I'll just give it a few more minutes. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna rinse this out now before it gets too much. So Gonna rinse under running water, rinse it out completely, and then shampoo, rinse again, and set it to dry. Alright, so we're gonna rinse it, do the first rinse, and then we wash it with our shampoo to make sure it's fully clean. You want to get rid of all the white spots that are there. Then you can use whichever conditioner you have. And I'm just gonna wash the whole thing. Especially here, to make sure that everything is out. It doesn't have to be a very heavy wash, because you really just want to get rid of the product that is on the top part. And then we just rinse that out. You can see it's more transparent. Now you can actually see the gloves underneath. So we're gonna give this some time to dry, air dry, before we start like parting it, because you don't want the hair to tear because it got tangled or whatever. So we're gonna leave it for a bit and come back to it. Alright, so this is how it looks when it's done. As you can see my hand through it. Ideally, that's what we want, so that when you put it on your head, it looks like scalp. Yeah, some of the strands got a little bleached, but it's not that bad. Not that bad at all. So we're gonna put this on my little stand. And let her continue to dry until we are ready. So, yeah. Okay, so she paints them on. Right. You don't want to comb it out too much, but then you don't want to leave it for it to end up being tangled. No, I don't intend to use this wig for now, because I'm actually gonna be braiding my hair today. But at least when I'm ready for it, she'll be ready for me. Now all my wigs have L names. The natural hair curly one is Lola. I think I'm gonna call this one, what am I gonna call you? Linda? No. Linda is such a lame mainstream name. Lisa. Lisa Iber. Yes, okay, so this week's name is Lisa. I remember in high school there's this guy. I told him my name was Lisa because I didn't want him to know my real name. Anyway, so I'm gonna leave Lisa to rest and dry, and we will come back to her another time. Yeah, so when it's dry, I'm gonna put it on so you can see the difference between when I had it unbleached to now. But I don't want to do too much with it while it's wet, so we're gonna leave it alone to dry. Yeah. Pretty proud of myself. Did well. Well, so this is how it looks when it's fully dry. It still needs a bit of work to look less fake, but that is for another time. Yeah, I think I did a pretty good job with the lace, and if I want to part it in other ways, it has that option. So yeah, but some other time I'll take you through the steps of making it look more realistic. But for now, this is how she's gonna stay. So these parts supposed to glue down like so. Yeah. But we'll do that another day.